Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How has your Sunday morning been?
So far, so good. It's nice and sunny, and I love it when the sun is out.
Yeah,
So
no, but
today is one such day.
yeah, I cannot say the same. It's gloomy here. So it's
Oh, really? Is it raining?
yeah, it rained last night. Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
it's definitely not sunny. I like those sunny mornings when you have
Yes.
a book in your hand. It's the sun is shining. You have a cup of
Yes,
coffee with
and
you.
when you feel the sunlight hitting your face, that
Yeah,
is so
no?
good.
Yeah, especially that
Yes,
morning sunlight.
morning sunlight, and you have a cup of tea. Oh, so you prefer coffee or tea?
No, actually, I prefer tea, but
Okay,
yeah,
you had coffee today. Okay.
yeah, I did. So
All
yeah,
right.
where did we stop last week? So I think we talked about Elizabeth
Oh,
reaching.
yeah. If anybody's just joined in for today's episode, we are two reading enthusiasts who love to read books, and we started this podcast so we can discuss our opinions about books that we've read. And we just want other people who've not read the books or who have read the books, to join in our conversations to send in their opinions about the characters and the story. So, the book we are reading today is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also should we talk about the name of our podcast?
Yes.
Yeah. So as we have been talking about, it's such a nice feeling to have a book in your hand and somebody to discuss it with. So that is why
Yes.
that's how the name of this podcast is born. So book, Mike, and you. Yeah. So
Yes.
when you have somebody with you to talk about books, then it feels so great. So this is one of my favorite times of the week. So on Sunday when I meet with you and talk about these books, I really look forward to it
That's
the
so great.
entire week.
Yes. And this is what we're trying to build also, right? A community where we can all just discuss, have our own opinions, and discuss that with each other.
Exactly. Okay, let's then continue with the book. So
Yes.
so we stopped at Elizabeth reaching Netherfield so by walk. So
Hmm.
she had her hair was disheveled. She was muddy, like her ankles were covered in mud. And then Miss the Bingleys welcomes her. So and she is shown to her room. So Jane is sick, as we have already talked about.
Discuss. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So and so she's very feverish. So she is not able to get up. So she's in bed. So Elizabeth goes to see her, and these the women, so Miss Bingley
Hmm.
and Mrs. Hurst, they actually have a discussion, right? And Mr. Darcy and
Yes.
Mr. Bingley as well. So they have a discussion about her appearance. So these women definitely do not approve her coming by walk till
Hmm.
Netherfield. So they
Yes.
talk about her appearance and they say, well, that was not even necessary for her to come here by walk. And have you seen how disheveled she was, and so on and so forth. But actually,
Yeah.
Mr. Bingley considers it as he sees the good in people most of the time. And he says,
Hmm.
yeah, it's to her credit, she came to meet her sister, so
Yeah. To
she's,
take care of sister.
yeah, since she's feeling poorly. And Mr. Darcy actually notices Elizabeth, and he kind of likes the look of her, right? So
Yeah.
after work, she had this red cheeks, and he he finds himself getting attracted to her.
Yeah. I think it's from this point as readers we start to like Mr. Darcy, because up till then we see him as being very snobbish and arrogant.
Hmm.
It is from this point that we kind of start to like or see him for who he is.
Yeah.
And so whenever those Bingley sisters are trying to put down Elizabeth, both of these two, Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy, they're Mr. Bingley, he speaks up for her, and Mr. Darcy, he doesn't engage in those conversations.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's Mr. Darcy actually does not stand up for Elizabeth in any way.
He doesn't stand up, but he doesn't engage in those conversations. He doesn't
Yeah,
show interest.
yeah, that is true. So that is how it goes. And then by the evening, everybody asks Elizabeth to stay back. So she wants to return home, but
Hmm.
Mr. Bingley proposes her to stay back, and she does that because she also doesn't want to leave her sickly sister.
Yeah. There is also this part where they discuss their family, and they say that they have an uncle. The sisters,
Mm.
Bingley sisters, say that they have an uncle who is an attorney in Meryton and another one who lives in Cheapside.
Yeah,
So
and then
clearly, they are looking at the social class here, and they already see them as beneath their own social class.
yeah, exactly. So these women definitely like Jane. So they say they have all regard for her, but with such a mother and father and such few connections, if there is no way she would end up in a good family, right? That
Yeah.
she would, yeah. So um, and
Yes.
then yeah, this during this time that Elizabeth is staying there, she gets more acquainted with these people. It's not that she starts liking them, but she uh, starts knowing them much better.
Yeah.
And all this while, Mr. Darcy is eyes drift towards her most of the times. And
Yeah, we can
yeah,
slowly see as readers that he starts to notice her, he's attracted to her.
yeah, like he talks about her dark eyes, right? I think that is a characteristic feature of her that he really likes.
Hmm.
And we get introduced to this new dynamic between Mr. Darcy and Miss Bingley. So she
Hmm.
uh, seems to like him, I guess, Mr. Darcy, and she tries to discourage him from liking Elizabeth.
And yeah, we can see
She
that
talks
happening.
down of Elizabeth in front of him, and she tries to notice how he's reacting to it. Yeah, she wants to know what he thinks about Elizabeth, and he realizes that. So after that, he gives Elizabeth.
Lesser attention, yeah, because he doesn't want anybody to understand that he has begun to like her. So the next day, Mrs. Bennet and the two younger daughters reach Netherfield to check on Jane and Elizabeth. Even though the intention is to check on them, to check on Jane, she wants Jane to stay there for some more days so that Jane can get better acquainted with the Bingleys and secure that alliance. So while she is there, she tells Mr. Bingley that Jane is not well and she cannot be shifted back. Mr. Bingley also agrees because he likes Jane and he wants her to get well, spend more time with them. So while Mrs. Bennet is there, there are a lot of there was a lot of embarrassing conversations. So we can clearly see that the Bingley sisters also they don't approve of Mrs. Bennet and the younger sisters.
Yeah, which I agree with them. Like
Yeah, and she also praises Jane and she says that she's very beautiful. And there is this conversation where Elizabeth is trying to deviate the conversation and she asks about Lucas, her friend Charlotte, and Mrs. Bennet. her reply is that Charlotte is very nice, but she is not so good looking. So I found that conversation quite off-putting. It also shows what kind of person the mother is, that
Yeah,
she puts
exactly.
so much of importance on looks. And Elizabeth, just she's more and more embarrassed by this entire conversation, and she can see the Bingley sisters also, like they are.
Kind of
She can
repelled by
see.
this woman, right?
Yes, yeah, she can see that. So even though she tries to deviate, that conversation doesn't happen, and finally they leave.
Yeah. So the two younger sisters who Mr. Bingley of another ball. So
Yeah.
conduct a ball at his at Netherfields.
Yes, and he agrees. So they've decided that they'll have another ball.
Yeah.
Then the yeah, next day, again, we get to see more and more of the conversations they have between Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy and the Bingley sisters. So Mr. Darcy they're talking about him writing a letter, and you can see that the Bingley sister, Miss Bingley, is just she just keeps praising Darcy and tries to get him to pay some attention. But Mr. Darcy's eyes were fixed on Elizabeth. And I think here Miss Bingley can also see that he's starting to get attracted to her, which is why she's putting down Elizabeth so much. She's starting to get jealous, and that's why she's putting down Elizabeth so much.
Who Yeah, and the younger girls. So Lydia asks Mr. Bingley to keep his promise of conducting another ball at Netherfields before leaving. So, and he agrees to it, and he says as soon as Jane is well again, there will be another ball. So they are happy, and then they leave. So the next day, they get more time. So Elizabeth gets to spend more time with the Bingleys and Mr. Darcy. So they have a conversation about his. So they were talking about his sister. So Darcy has a younger sister. So Miss Bingley says she's very accomplished, and so they have a conversation about what an accomplished woman is. You know, what is the definition of an accomplished woman? So they say she has to be good in music, good at music, dancing, then modern languages, drawing. Uh, so when if she has all these qualities, then she's considered an accomplished woman. So from this, we can see that Darcy has a high standard for women. So to be considered as an accomplished woman, then you should have these. You should have knowledge of these. And he also says, along with that, she should also read a lot and broaden her knowledge. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we see that more and more Darcy is attracted to Elizabeth. Miss Bingley, on the other hand, keeps trying to draw his attention towards her. So when Mr. Darcy starts reading a book, she also does the same. But instead of reading, she keeps asking questions about his book or looking at what page he's reading. And in fact, the book that she chose was also just because that is the second volume of the book that Mr. Darcy is reading.
Yeah.
So finally, since not
She's
getting
just
anything
trying
from
to,
him,
yeah, she's just trying to appeal to him. She has no
yeah,
interest in
since,
reading. But they do mention
yeah,
that Elizabeth reads, right?
yes, she does read.
So at least
So
they have some common interests. So Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth.
I think they do. They have a lot of common interests.
Yeah, and I also felt that they have a lot of meaningless conversations, especially in this chapter. So they were talking about yeah, Mr. Bingley. So Mr. Darcy says even if Mr. Bingley decides to leave and if his friend asks him to stay back, then he would. And then Elizabeth starts speaking on it and she starts talking about that. And he says, you know,
I think
the
what
merit.
Mr. Darcy meant there is that Mr. Bingley favors his friends a lot, or he
Yeah.
does things just for others.
Yeah, and he's
But
gullible.
yeah, maybe. And Mr. Darcy, on the other hand, is not like that. He has very strict, he has very strict standards, just like how he was talking about how what his standard of an accomplished woman is. So
Yeah,
he's got a long checklist, so that is applicable in most things for him.
yeah,
That's what he
exactly.
was saying.
Mhm.
Yeah. So here, Mr. Darcy is also realizing that he's starting to get attracted to Elizabeth, and he's trying to not make it very obvious.
Yeah, and he's trying to stop himself. I don't think he
So,
wants that. It is against his own will that this attraction is against his own will.
yes,
Because he definitely wouldn't like to be acquainted with these people. So the Bennets. From
yes,
what we have known until now, he does not like that family since they don't have good connections and so on.
yes. So Elizabeth is clearly done staying there, and she writes a letter. Elizabeth and Jane both decide that they stay there for a long time, and they write a letter. Again, Mrs. Bennet, who does not want them to return soon, she doesn't agree. She wants them to stay there for longer, but they borrow a carriage from Mr. Bingley and they leave immediately.
Yeah, to Mrs. Bennet's displeasure.
Yes.
She
But
wanted them
the
to,
father,
yeah.
yeah, she wanted them to stay there for some more days. The father, on the other hand, is very happy that these two daughters have returned because he thinks that they are very important in their family circle because they are the only ones who can have meaningful conversations, which I found as kind of a dig towards his other children. I just found that very odd.
Yeah, seriously, like which father does that?
Oh, they shouldn't do that, at least.
Yeah, yeah,
Parents
exactly.
shouldn't do that. Okay, so now
Yeah,
finally the family has come back together. They're together now, finally.
yeah,
So
yeah.
now
So,
we, yeah.
so yeah, in this chapter, actually, we get introduced to, they talk about somebody has written Mr. Bennett a letter, and he says we are going to have a guest in the following week, and that
Mm.
is Mr. Collins. So back in the day, if you only have girl um, children, then your property would go to a male
A male
nephew, I
relative.
think. Huh.
Nephew, okay.
So
Okay,
this
right.
is, yeah. So Mrs. Bennett finds that finds this really unfair, and she voices her opinion. So Mr. Bennett and Mr. Collins' father, while he was alive, were not on good terms with each other, I think. So they were quarreling. But Mr. Collins, so we were talking about this entailment. So it would go to the nephew, and even I feel that it's unfair. Like, why should it be so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe this is one of the reasons that Mrs. Bennett is so worried about her girls getting married. So
Oh,
she,
right. Yeah. That's why she wants them to be settled quickly and well off. She wants them to be well off.
yeah.
And she's
So
so hell
because
bent in
yeah,
Jane
as soon
and
as this man dies, like Mr. Bennett, something happens to him, God forbid, then
mm,
the whole property would go to Mr. Collins. So Mr. Collins writes to them, and he extends an olive branch to the
okay.
Bennets. So he says that he has a prospect in mind. So he has something in mind before. So we will get to know this later in the later
Mm.
chapters. And then, so he has decided that he is coming to stay with them. Um, as the Bennets are very, so they welcome him um, with good
What do you think
hospitality.
of this Mr. Collins? What do you
Mm,
think of his character?
well, so as Jane Austen has written, she describes him as a person who's not sensible, right?
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I don't have any particular dislike towards this character. I
Yes, that's what I thought too. I thought
Yeah.
maybe it was a little harsh. Like he thinks very highly of his job, I would say. Maybe not so much about himself, but he gives so much of importance to that status. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
and
say
he's very
he's a
humble
snob.
actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him a snobbish
Mm.
person. He likes to talk about his job and about his accomplishment.
Yeah,
I
and
don't think
about
he's an arrogant
his
person.
yeah, and about his patroness. Like he's
Yeah,
a clergyman. Yeah,
Lady Catherine.
Lady Catherine de Bourgh. So she
Yeah.
is his patroness, and she overlooks his job at the church. I think he's a well-sorted man. He knows what he wants. Um, and yeah, it's just that he sucks up to people, I think. That's what you
Yeah,
say, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that is his
But also,
only flaw.
it is mentioned that he didn't have such a great upbringing. So maybe that's what it. His father was supposedly a illiterate,
And
miserly
the
person.
miserly person, yeah.
Mm. He didn't have that great of an upbringing. So all of these things that he accomplished was on his own. He got that on his own.
Yeah. Yeah, and then definitely this property he'll get for free. without
Yes.
without any work from his part. But
Yeah.
I think he tries to make amends.
I mean,
So
yeah, he's the one who reaches out to them. He's the one who writes them a letter
yeah,
asking
exactly.
for
There was
that.
no need for him to do that.
Because anyways, he would get the property. It
Yeah.
was his. So he didn't need to do that, but he went beyond, above and beyond, and he's done that.
Hmm.
Yes. So
So
anyway, Mr. Collins comes there, and he's very polite to all of them. He's very polite, and um, he praises the house, how well Mrs. Bennet has taken care of the
maintain.
house and
Hmm.
the dinner, the daughters. He praises the daughter, and even during dinner time, he praises the cooking.
Hmm.
But Mrs. Bennet, he asks who has prepared this delicious meal. So Mrs. Bennet says that it wasn't any of the daughters. It was in fact the help in the kitchen, and he immediately apologizes. So he apologizes for about quarter of an hour. So I think he's just a very polite,
Person
person.
with a lot of humility.
A lot of manners, very well mannered.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like he's an okay character. I have nothing
Yeah.
against him. Yeah, but Mrs.
Mm.
Bennet actually gets offended when he asks, which of your girls prepared these meals? So she says, "No, we have a cook. We can afford a cook. My girls don't have to work in kitchen."
Yes.
Yeah. So and then Mr. Bennett and Mr. Bennett likes to read a lot. So he is most of the time in his library and he reads. And Mr. Collins tries to give him company there, but he's not much of a reader. But um, he just sits there and gives Mr. Bennett company. And he talks a lot about Miss Catherine.
Lady Catherine. Yeah.
Yeah, Lady Catherine de Bourgh. So he speaks highly of her. So they are very rich. So
Mm.
they stay at their estate. So it's called Rosings. He is
Yes.
from Hunsford.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lady Catherine has only one daughter who is unfortunately of a sickly nature. So
Mm.
even though she's very accomplished, there is a limit in her accomplishment because right now it's not mentioned what it is, but it said that she's of a sickly nature.
Yeah. So actually, Mrs. Bennett starts getting an idea that Mr. Collins might have an eye on his daughters.
Hmm.
He might be thinking of marrying one of her daughters. So
Which is
so
exactly right. Which is exactly what it was. Okay.
which is exactly.
Which is exactly what it was. Which is exactly what Mr. Collins had in mind
Yeah, exactly.
to
Yeah.
get married to
So
one of them.
he thinks it's fair that if she marries one of the daughters, then the property stays with
Stays in the family.
in the
Yeah,
family. Yeah.
stays
So
with them.
he
Hmm.
knows that it's unfair that he gets everything. So by marrying one of the daughters, he's trying to amend this. So
Yeah, in his mind, he's trying to help them by
yeah.
keeping the family intact.
Exactly. And then, Mrs. Bennett mentions that Jane is soon going to get engaged. Um,
Yes.
yeah, so Mr. Collins, he didn't have any issue because there are five daughters. So the next in line is
Yeah.
Elizabeth. She's next to Jane in beauty. So he decides that okay, Elizabeth is the woman for me. So yeah, he has this in his mind. And now the girls um, decides to go to their uncle's place, right? Mr. Phillips' house in Merita.
Yes. Hmm.
All the girls and Mr. Collins agrees to join them. All the girls except Mary. Mary is mentioned very
Mary is mentioned as studious, and she likes to read, and she likes to keep herself occupied that way. So she is not much of a person who likes to socialize.
hmm.
She's more into reading and things like that.
Yeah. So except her, everybody else um, goes to the Phillips in Meryton. So the younger girls also has this in mind that they will be able to pass the regiment. So they wanted to inquire about some officer, Mr. Denny. So when he is coming back from London, so that is their motive, and so the whole party sets off towards Meryton, sets out to Meryton.
Is this where we are introduced to Mr. Wickham?
Exactly.
Or
And on the way, while they are walking, they see this extremely handsome young man. So every woman's
hmm.
eye is on him. And Mr. Denny. So this officer Denny and officer Mr. Wickham. And his name is Wickham, right? George Wickham. So,
Okay.
so they everybody introduce themselves. So in the meantime, Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy arrives. So they see this party, and Mr. Bingley, obviously seeing Jane, stops his carriage and he comes forward and talks to them. And they exchange greetings. And as soon as Mr. Darcy sees Mr. Wickham, there is actually some recognition, a sign of recognition
Hmm.
on their faces. And
Hmm.
Wickham goes completely white, and Mr. Darcy red in face. So Elizabeth
Yes.
notices this. So she realizes that they have been acquainted
They
before.
they know each other,
Yeah.
but they don't interact.
Yeah. So
They
Wickham
recognize each other.
actually gives a sign of recognition, right? And Darcy does
Yeah.
not.
Does not return it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So she
Eliz-
understands that there's some sort of bad blood between them.
some backstory is there. So yeah. Uh, And yeah, and then Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy leaves, and the party walks towards the Phillips. So even the Mr. Wickham and Mr. Denny joins them, right?
Yes.
Yes. So Mrs. Phillips um, welcomes them.
She yeah.
And really likes Mr. Collins, I think. So they introduce Mr. Collins to her, and then they have a conversation. And yeah, so Mr. Collins, as he is, starts praising her cooking and everything. So she likes this person, and she sits and listens to him. And everybody else starts playing a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is
This is
when
hmm,
Mr. Vikram comes and sits beside uh, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Yeah. So
Hmm.
here is when they start to get acquainted,
Hmm.
and she because she's noticed that look between Mr. Darcy and Mr. Wickham, she wants to know what it is that is that is there between them,
Hmm.
and she tries to get that information
Yeah.
from Mr. Wickham.
Yeah.
But isn't it here that he says that he actually knows Mr. Darcy?
Yeah, I think so. Like when they're sitting together.
Okay,
Um,
I yes. So Mr. Wickham says that he actually grew up with Mr. Darcy, and he knows the father, Mr. Darcy,
hmm.
father also, and the father had taken in Mr. Wickham, and they grew up together in the same place.
Yeah, he was a
But
sort of godfather
yes,
to
he's a
Vikram.
godfather
Hmm.
to Wickham, and they grew up together. But as they grew up, but when they grew up, and I think after the passing of the father, then Mr. Darcy just sort of threw him out.
Yeah, so this father had left a lot of money to Vikram since he is his
Yes,
godson.
yes,
Uh, but after his passing, so Darcy does not give it to Mr. Vikram. That is what, yeah, he doesn't give it. Because he's in Darcy's eyes, so Wickham is saying, so because of this extravagance, Wickham's extravagance, he doesn't get it from. So Darcy denies giving him the wealth that Mr. Darcy left him. So the
Yes,
senior
so
Mr.
Miss,
Darcy left him.
yeah, and Elizabeth finds that very unfair because that is something that was Mr. Wickham's, but he's denied that.
Yeah, and
So she
Mr.
finds
Wickham,
that
the
very
thing is,
unfair.
he's very charming. So the way
Yeah,
he speaks, the way he looks, so everybody feels this kind of liking towards him. It's so when you
yeah,
compare Mr. Darcy and Mr. Wickham, then
and
they are,
also everybody, most people at least, dislike Mr. Darcy. They see him as an arrogant person, and
yeah,
on the other hand, Mr. Wickham is very humble and
yeah.
he knows how to talk to people.
Wickham is
So when
universally liked.
Yeah, so when
That is
Mr.
with,
Wickham is saying this, if people believe him instantly, they don't doubt him,
yeah,
and they see Mr. Darcy as the evil one who's denied this one his wealth.
yeah. Even and Elizabeth at this point actually likes Mr. Wickham.
Mr. Wickham, yes, she has started to like.
Hmm. So, yeah, so they, after coming back, Elizabeth discusses this with her favorite sister, Jane. So she gives her an account of what has happened. And Jane, even though she's not described as intelligent as Elizabeth, I think she actually analyzes the situation and she sees it from Mr. Darcy's point of view as well. And she says there might be a reason, right, for Mr. Darcy to do it. So she gives him this benefit of doubt, Mr. Darcy.
I think
But
she is
Elizabeth,
that.
on the other
That
hand,
is her quality, Jane. She tries to see from both points of view, from either whatever the situation, she always tries to see it from the other person's point of view. And I feel she's very empathetic that way, more than
yeah, and
Elizabeth.
isn't it also a sign of intelligence?
It is definitely maybe the most important one to be
Yeah.
empathetic and to see why a person would do whatever it is, why they would do such a thing.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. So, but Elizabeth, who is described as intelligent, just completely believes what this person says. Maybe because she already dislikes Mr. Darcy. So, this is
yeah,
just
even
adding
in the
fuel to
previous
the fire.
even in the previous pages when Darcy looks at her and she knows that he's looking at her, she thinks it's because there's something wrong with her that he is looking at her.
Yeah, because she cannot believe that this person can
She
have some amount of liking towards her. She can't comprehend that at all.
Yes.
Because she also sees him in such high regard, right? She thinks he is out of reach, I feel. So somebody of such a high social class would have some kind of admiration for her is unbelievable to her.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Maybe.
so after Mr. Elizabeth gets to know about Mr. Become's story, she's at the verge of hating Mr. Darcy. So at this point, there's no longer dislike. She despises this person.
Most of them do. The mother, Mrs. Bennet, also hates him. And especially now that Mr. Wickham is in the picture, most people, and he is telling this to other people also. So most people hate Mr. Darcy.
Yeah. So he even talks about his sister, that she is the same as Mr. Darcy. Very proud
Hmm.
and
Yes,
snobbish.
that's a very important part.
Yeah. And yeah, so Elizabeth discusses this with Jane, and later, Mr. Bingley and his sisters visit Longbourn, so where the Bennets live, and they invite them to the ball as promised. So there is this ball taking place in Netherfield.
Okay, so this ball is a little bit. We have one more character in this ball, as opposed to the first one, Mr. Collins. He's there and he's. Oh, there's another relation. So Lady Catherine isn't Lady Catherine Mr. Darcy's aunt?
Yes. Oh, we did not talk about it. Yeah. Oh, we did
No, we
not.
didn't.
Oh,
Yes.
this is when
So
the
small
conversation
world.
starts actually. So Mr. Collins talks about Lady Catherine de Bourgh, and then Vikram says she is his aunt.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, and
And
do we already know that there is this potential alliance between Darcy and Miss Burke? Or
no, I don't think so. No, it's not. Hasn't come up so far. So here, Mr. Collins get very excited seeing Mr. Darcy, and Mr. Darcy is Lady Catherine's nephew. He's very excited and he wants to go and introduce himself.
yeah,
And
during the ball.
Elizabeth, during the ball, Elizabeth, because she knows he's very arrogant, she tries to discourage him and she says that he is not going to see you in this. She tries to discourage Mr. Collins from that introduction, but he goes ahead anyway because
Hmm.
Mr. Collins has no, he doesn't think like Elizabeth. And he says, so after that is done, he comes back and tells her that Mr. Darcy was very polite and he was surprised seeing Mr. Collins there.
Yeah. So Elizabeth goes to this ball expecting to see Mr. Vikram and dancing with him.
Oh, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. She was
So
excited about that.
yeah. So she definitely likes him a little bit more than one would expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mr. Vikram is not present there. So she then realizes that since Darcy and he is not on good terms with each other, that is why he probably stayed away from the ball. And she is stuck with Mr. Collins. So Mr. Collins dances with her in the
Yeah.
beginning. And then at one point of time, Mr.
Oh,
Darcy,
this is also where Lady Lucas and Mr. Collins get acquainted.
yeah,
They start to talk because Elizabeth doesn't want to talk to Mr. Collins. Her
yeah,
friend sort of takes her place and keeps him
yeah,
engaged
yeah,
in
Charlotte,
conversation.
yeah. Yeah, she actually listens to him, and she's very amiable person. She's
I
not.
think she might be just one of the best characters in this book.
Yeah, even with I feel the same. I really like that character.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So, and then at one point of time, Mr. Darcy comes and asks for Elizabeth's hand for a dance, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
they talk to each other, and Elizabeth brings up Vikram's topic. And Mr. Darcy doesn't want to talk about it, so he tries to change the subject. Um, and then it's at this point that William Lucas comes to Mr. Darcy and he says, "Wow, you have got a good partner in dance. You yourself is very good at dancing. You know, one can notice that you are from a high class." And then he says, "Yeah, we hope we get to see more of your dances." Because more occasions are coming up, right? So he is actually
Implying about
suggesting,
Jane and Jane
Jane and
and
Mr. Bingley getting married.
yes.
So everybody is jumping the bandwagon and thinking that, yeah, this is going to happen. This marriage is, they are just getting acquainted, right? I don't know how.
But maybe this is how it was in those days. Because even with Mr. Wickham and Elizabeth, they just meet that once and she's immediately smitten by him and she wants to dance with him and she's sort of fallen in love with him already. You can see that.
Yeah, sort of. Maybe, yeah. I don't know whether it's love or maybe extreme liking. I don't know. Yeah, but at least in her, in that case, it's just liking, right? But here they're talking about marriage. already. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think it must be like that back in the days, right?
because also Jane, she stayed there for some days, and they honestly didn't get acquainted because Jane was sick most of the
Hmm.
time, and as soon as she got better, she returned. But at least in the mother's head, Mrs. Bennett's head, she made sure that they got to spend some time, and she also spoke about it to a lot of people in a
Huh.
positive way that they're
Yeah,
already
as if they are already engaged. So even though
that's what they are
she doesn't have any confirmation from the Bingleys.
from their side. That is true, and she's also told the mother, right, Mr. Williams' wife,
Hmm.
that Jane and Bingley, they're in love with, I mean, that they like each other a lot. So she's
Hmm.
implied that they are going to get married. So maybe
Yeah.
that's why the husband
Yeah,
made
that,
this
yeah,
proclamation.
he assumed it. And during dinner, she again speaks about it, Mrs. Bennet, that, yeah, once my daughter Jane gets married to Mr. Bingley, so there will be better alliances coming for my other daughters because
Mhm.
she's
Oh, and
married.
also she's kind of made this assumption that Elizabeth will get married to Mr. Collins. So in her
Huh.
mind, two of them are two of them are well settled, and she
Yeah.
only has to think of the rest, three of
She,
them.
yeah, she's already on cloud nine and she doesn't think about what she's saying. So she speaks loudly about it during dinner, and Darcy overhears this,
Yes.
right? And Elizabeth nudges her, and she says, "Mr. Darcy is right next to the table." And Mrs. Bennet loudly says, "Oh, who is Mr. Darcy to me? He's nothing compared to Mr. Bingley," and things like that. She completely disregards Mr. Darcy. So yeah, this is I feel like when somebody gets a lot of somebody gets fortunate, all of a sudden they kind of forget everything else and they are in a different state of mind, and they even forget basic manners.
Mm,
And this can be seen in Mrs. Bennet so vividly.
yes.
Yes.
So now Mr. Collins, since Mr. Collins has got that positive positive thing from the mother, he
Mm.
goes and approaches Elizabeth. He's got the mother's blessing, so now he goes and approaches her and proposes to her
Yeah.
the to get married, and she is aghast. She was not expecting this,
Uh,
so she wasn't expecting. Elizabeth was not expecting this from Mr. Collins, so she says no, and this is where I think this is maybe the one time that I am a little hesitant about Mr. Collins' character, because even though Elizabeth she rejects the proposal, he doesn't understand it, and he just thinks that she's playing hard to get
Playing
or
hard to
something
get. Yeah, that
in
is
the
so.
in those things. Yes. So the more she says no, he's like, okay, I'll just come after some time and then propose again. He
Yeah,
doesn't
I think
understand. He
he
does not
thinks.
take no for an answer.
Yeah, I think he thinks she wants little more convincing, and she's just acting like she doesn't want it because in his eyes there is no reason for her to deny. So,
Reject him, yes.
yeah.
And in his head, he's also doing her a favor by ensuring
Ah,
that the house stays with them.
exactly. Yeah, but I'm actually completely on Elizabeth's side. Um,
Yes, definitely.
yeah, because
No, if you say no, that is no. That is the end of the
yeah.
story. You
And a woman, I can't imagine a woman saying no, and in her mind, she actually wants that to happen. I don't think any woman does that.
Yes, but also kudos to Elizabeth, right? In that era, she
Hmm.
was saying no. She was being very sure of herself. She said no. And when you think about it, it's not like she has many other prospects. She doesn't know that Mr. Darcy is interested in her.
Hmm.
She likes Mr. Wickham, but it's that was not really a marriage proposal. No marriage proposals were there. But even then, she said no.
Yeah, and I also understand why a character like Elizabeth would not. be able to uh, have a peaceful life with somebody like Mr.
Yeah, she's
Collins.
not she doesn't see Mr. Collins interesting in any way. He doesn't like to read books. He likes to read books.
Hmm.
He cannot have an intelligent conversation. He only wants to talk about his job and Lady Catherine.
Hmm.
So this is not a match. This is not a good match at all.
Yeah, yeah. In intellectual perspective, I think they both are very different. And Elizabeth would want somebody who challenges her,
Yeah.
who would question her, who would change her perspectives, yeah, who would let her grow. And not just Elizabeth, everybody needs that. But yeah, in the case of Elizabeth, Mr. Collins cannot broaden her intellect in any way.
Anyway, yes.
Yeah.
So I
So
think we are we've reached the end of today's episode.
yeah,
Please let us know what you think about this episode. Please let us know how we can improve. Any suggestion, if any kind of suggestions are welcome.
yeah, all constructive criticisms are also welcome.
Yes, constructive. Yes,
Yes, and you can also leave your own if it is not just in your uh, you can leave your
I,
opinion below in the discussions.
yes,
Like just like how we have discussed about these chapters, you can do the same.
yes.
If you have missed something, you can point that out. And yeah, we wish you all a great week ahead.
Thank you for listening to us, and
Yes,
have a
thank
good
you.
day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.